Welcome back, my friend. I hope you are good. Today we are going to paint this beautiful lady in Madhubani style. So let's get sketching. I start making my border like that and I outline it with my fine liner marker. And now I move on to sketching the lady. I have sped up the video because the video was very long. I worked on this piece for 2 hours and I have tried to squish it in 20 minutes because I did not want it to be super lengthy and boring. So, just to give you an idea of how we draw and paint in Madhubani style, especially how we draw and paint people in Madhubani style, I just sped up the video, and as you see me drawing this lady in sari, and if you want to skip the sketching part, you can directly watch from 4 minutes 25 seconds, but I suggest you should watch the drawing part also because that's the most important part of any folk art. After that, it's like filling the coloring book pages, right? The drawing is the main part where that defines the style. So for Madhubani also, drawing is the main important part. So don't skip it, watch it. And as you've seen in the beginning, it's a married woman, so I'm making her wear this beautiful sari and I'm making her wear lots of beautiful jewelry also. That's one of her feet, and those are the anklets. And here I'm making the pleats and the lower part of the sari like that. Once this is done, I will be outlining all of it with acrylic colors using my fine liner brush. If you want, you can, if you are painting along with me, you can outline it with fine liner marker also. So that's the Tulsi plant she is worshipping. And there goes the details of the face, typical Madhubani style face. A big eye like that in Kachni style. I am not giving the double outline at this stage. I will be doing that when I will outline it with black acrylic ink. So that, some jewelry, some bangles, and that's what. Now let's draw a sun. If you follow Madhubani style paintings, if you've seen many of them, sun is very important, and there is no painting without trees or plants in it. So there goes my tree. Madhubani and Gond paintings are very close to nature, so nature is included, the elements of nature is included in every painting. So that's the tree, a very whimsical and wispy kind of tree. Now let's make some cute birdies. Again, another element of nature. Very simple and cute birdies. No much detailing here. And that's it. This is the final painting. You can take a screenshot and make it yourself. And now, as you see, I'm using acrylic ink, so it's black acrylic color, and I have added lots of water in it and made it dilute, and then I'm using it with the help of my brush, and it works just like ink, and it stays for a longer time. You can use it with dip nib pens also, not the fountain pens, the dip pens. So that is it. we are done with the outline. Again, this is the final sketch. Now let's begin painting. This is my medium sized round brush, and with that I will first paint the background. And here's the benefit of outlining the picture with acrylic, that even if I by mistake go over the outline, it does not get covered, because acrylic gives a kind of embossed effect, while when we use marker, fine liner marker, it's inked and it soaks in the paper, so it's not embossed and it's very easily covered by the paint, opaque paint. So let the background dry, and while that dries, let us cover the areas which are going to remain white. And as you see here, I had outlined the border with marker and it's getting covered with white wherever I'm by mistake going over that. So no worries, we will touch the borders again once the white color dries. But this is the difference. Had I made this border with acrylic, this would not have happened. Alright, so there, the white parts of my border are painted, because in acrylics we don't leave the paper white. We leave the paper white in watercolor but not in acrylics. So here I have painted it, and there's one more part which is going to remain white. That's the eye of this lady, so I will quickly paint that also. There. Now let's move on to the next color, that's brown. I've taken burnt sienna. I'm using Fevicryl acrylic colors. They are liquid colors and they are just right for this kind of painting, because I don't want any heavy body texture effect. It's just flat lay, so liquid acrylic colors are perfect for this. And as you notice, I'm going color by color. So I first took light green and I finished all the things that were supposed to be light green. In my case, it was only the backdrop, and then I colored everything that was supposed to be brown in one go. And now I'm using yellow. So first the sun, then the jewelries and bangles of the lady. There. And this part. Now I move on to the beautiful red. This is crimson red, again from Fevicryl. And I paint the sari of the lady with this color. And now if you see, I'm going over the black lines I made for the wrinkles and creases of sari, and they are covered by the paint, but if you see closely, there is still the dark impressions of those lines, and that is the effect I wanted. So I'm not going to retouch up the creases and wrinkles with black, because I don't want it to stand out. I just want that faint wrinkles on the sari. And now with the tip of my brush's handle, I'm making these red fruits or flowers, whatever you think they are. And now this Om, that beautiful bindi and lipstick, and we are done with red. Just some embellishments here and there. And there, the bangles. I'm leaving the spaces between the bangles for another color. Some flowers, the sun, and now let's move on to the next color, that is orange. And we finish the sun with that. Some laddus and puja accessories. And there we go. Wash the brush. And now with dark green I'm making the beautiful border of the sari. Like that. Thank you so much if you're still watching. I mean, really, it means a lot. And here I had missed painting this part. Now the blouse I'm making blue. Like that. And now I think I should give a yellow border to the blouse. So there it goes. And there I'm making blue leaves on the tree because as an artist I give myself that creative permission to use whatever color I want to. And now finally we take black and move on to painting the hair. There, like that. And right now also I'm using the same black, which is heavily diluted, but you see it's perfect. There is no compromise on the color. It's very dark and vibrant. And with that I'm making some designs on the sari. Simple line work design. Like that. All over the borders. And I'm outlining the borders now. Like that. Some yellow and some red has come on her hand, but that's okay. We have to still color the lady's hands and face. And there we go. With pre-mixed skin color, flesh tint, I'm coloring her face first. Because it's a pre-mixed color and I know the effect, I started coloring the face first. Otherwise I would have tried the color on her feet or hand first had I mixed the color myself, but it was ready-made, so I'm not worried about the effect. Sorry about the sound of the aeroplanes today. There are so many aeroplanes flying, so I just can't help it. And there we color these cute little birdies. And I don't know why, without the eyeballs, the sun seems to be looking at the birds as if it's going to eat them. And there goes the matching jewelry, the matching earrings, blue and green, and little bit of red. Here's some embellishment for the blouse. Like that. I've still not painted the eyes of the lady because of two reasons. A, in Madhubani they consider pictures to be alive, so once we draw the eyes we think the picture is alive, so we keep painting the eyes for the last. There, beautiful eye. And secondly, the face was not dried and I did not want to mess it up. There's the Tulsi plant she's worshipping. Tulsi worship is another very important and widely painted subject in Madhubani paintings. Very, very important and very widely painted. By the way, this is my original painting. I have not copied it from any other artist's work. And now I am outlining the leaves with the same DIY acrylic ink. And we are almost done. And now I will after finishing the sun, I will take my marker. See, now I can't do that. I can't do that. It's spreading because the white has not dried, so I will take my marker and do that. Right here I'm making some simple pattern on the sari with this black, like so. Very simple pattern, just to fill the area, as we don't leave any empty space without patterns in Madhubani. At least we try not to. So there. And now with the fine liner marker and with the help of a scale, I'm going to make the border perfect. Why I didn't do it with the brush? First reason, you saw it. It was ruining the painting because it was slipping here and there. And secondly, I have been working on this painting for past 2.5 hours, so I'm really tired. I don't want to make my work difficult or lengthy. I just want to finish it. This is 2.5 hours work squished in 20 minutes, guys. I've sped up like 5 times. So there, that's the simplest border in Madhubani style, and that is my most favorite border. When we make this kind of border, the focus of the painting stays on the painting and not on the border. But when we make very intricate border, the focus of the painting shifts to the border and not on the painting. So whenever I am making a very beautiful detailed painting, I try to make the border simple, and whenever my painting is simple, I try to make the border intricate. I hope that's a helpful tip. I will love to see what you create by taking inspiration from this video. Please share it with me on my Insta hand and tag me on my Insta handle. I go by the name Just Woke Up to Art. I will love to see your creations, and I will love to know if I could inspire anybody. So there, the final step, filling the background with some semicircular pattern. Again, this pattern is widely used for filling the background or making the grass or the ground. So I am not going to keep it just at the ground level. I am going to fill the entire backdrop with this. And here I have taken sap green from Fevicryl itself. There, very simply and effortlessly, I'm making these patterns because it's already green on green, so I don't want it to stand out. I don't want it to again distract my viewer from the painting. I want the entire focus of the painting on the lady, and especially on her eye, on her face. So rest of all the things are just to support. They are not the main attraction of the painting. And with this, we finally reach the end of this video. And if you are still watching, you don't know how thankful I am to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your love and support means a lot. Really. I really love your patience. I really love you. So that is it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Of course you liked it. That's why you are here still. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Stay blessed.